Hey guys, it's Rock Chick 32. I'm starting a whole page on who I am, what I've gone through, and I said that I would get started with crochet, so here we go. This is what I call my crochet cauldron. Got yarns. It usually has what I am working on at the time and the stuff I would need to do it. Right now it's got more of just my favorite stuff. This is by Big Twist. One of my favorite colors. I did a pair with this once and it was amazing. I mean, you know, the different shades of yellows and greens. Oh my god, it was amazing. I have right here what I'm working on as a corner to corner crochet. People know what that is. Oh, it's very popular, so I'm assuming you probably know what it is. But right here is where I stopped working on it because I just was tired of the yarns getting tangled and stuff. This is mostly an introduction of what I've already done and what I can do, but I'm also going to do some videos on teaching people how to do what I can do, specific things at certain times. I thought, you know, maybe this would be a way I could get crochet back into my life. I'm spending time making these videos, why not crochet at the same time? Right? Right. Okay, let's start at the bottom here. I owned a business that was called So Yarntastic. See? Here's the license. I don't know if you can see. I had my license, had my business cards. It's all set. See, So Yarntastic. My motto, I guess, was start the day with a little crochet. That was my saying, because I always did. But I made just about everything. I prefer to be, let's see if I can pause this for 1 second. I prefer to be just picking out one thing as I figured out as I went along. I prefer to just work on one item because if you do so much, like, people look at your shop and they go, God, there's just so much to choose from, you know, and then they end up getting nothing. So what I settled with was food. This right here is a cake roll. I love making cake rolls. This is going to be one of the things that we are going to make together because it is so simple. You just take, as you can see how this is long, take and sewn together right here. I don't know if you could see that. But you just take a long rectangle, crochet it any color you want your outer cake to be. Then you take two other colors usually. You can do one and it looks beautiful with 3 colors. This is a mint chocolate chip. But each rectangle you make gets a little shorter and a little shorter, and then you sew them all together like upways, and you roll it to make this cake roll. That's why it's called cake roll. But I've done this one. I've done a chocolate raspberry, and you can see these are different chocolate. This is dark chocolate. This is milk chocolate. But I've done it to where I've made like a whole cake. I've made like 6 of them with the ends on it, you know, and stuff like that, so people could buy the whole set. And I thought, you know, that was cool, but I really didn't sell those. I wasn't selling. I mean, I live in this little town and there's not much up there. Now if I was in like New York or something, then I probably would have sold awesome because I was great at my prices. I thought the way I priced them is what would I pay for them. That's the way I priced them. I didn't price on how you were supposed to, which is like what it costs for the items to make it, what it costs, like your time, taxes and all that. Like this thing would be 20 bucks. I'm not selling this for 20 bucks. You know, more like 5 or 8. That's what I would think. Right here, I made this for myself because I had my my cards. But this is one thing that I started to make because it was so simple, and these are little card carriers. You can see the button on there. It's amazing, sparkly. But I like the two colors together, and then you just put your cards in there. And you close it, and you got a card carrier. Now, one time I was at my booth, and this woman asked me how much she wanted for it. And I told her that I could make her another one, but this one was all used and worn because it was mine, you know. So I ended up making another one, and I sold it to her for $6, I think. One thing I did before I decided to close like into one subject of everything is that I made bouquets of flowers, and not just regular flowers. Like I make these out of my head. Like, this is my pattern. Some of them I buy, but most of them I make out of my head. I don't write a pattern. I don't have a pattern. I just make them out of my head. And I thought that I could make these bouquets for certain, like, I don't know, certain times, you know, that people were buying them, like a wedding bouquet, or to celebrate a birthday, or just because I love you. So what I did is that I made a rose, and then I put a button of what it resembled in there. Like, this one says rock and roll, and it's a guitar. Now, to go with that bouquet, like, I put a skull. This one doesn't have the stem yet, which I put also some wire underneath so you can twist and turn and stuff like that, and I covered it with yarn. But this one right here was my gothic bouquet. I have a bat, a skull, and I'm just showing you a couple of them. Like, right here was with the rock and roll. See, black and red. This right here was just a type of nature one, I guess, that I was working on. I'm not going to show the whole bouquet. I mean, I could pull them all together and show you how it makes a bouquet, but it's very hard doing, like, you know, when you have 6 of them, it makes a full bouquet, but I can't do that unless I have all the stems, and I don't. One thing that I made that was amazing that I sold a lot of, because I sold them for like $3. Somebody said I should sell them for like $10. But it was so fast and simple, is coffee cup cozies. Like, mostly fit on Starbucks cups, but any coffee cozies, you know, that'd slip up and stretch out the top, and it'd be just like a Starbucks cup holder. I'm a Starbucks fan. I love Starbucks. Love tea, love coffee, love it all. But this was my one I used the most myself. I put a trim around it. As you can see, it's got a little bit of it where there's holes and stuff, because when the yarn stretches, it's got to stretch with it. But I put a little black bow on the front, because that's me. There was a couple more that I did. Sorry, there's like thousands of stuff to go through. I'm just, if I said, I don't remember if I said, this is just the introduction of what I do, and I'm going to make some different videos on how to make the stuff that I'm showing you today. So, you know, stay tuned. If there's something you want specifically that I show for me to teach, just write it in comments, and I'll do that. This right here, I'm going to get off these cup holders for a second, because I found this. This right here was not my pattern. This was Twinkie Chan's pattern. My inspiration to crochet. Did so amazing, but I did it as a rocker chick goth color scarf, you know. And it was my cupcake scarf that I wore all the time, and this was in the wash like 3 times last night, because as I explained on my introduction, my bad luck, I had a tub. Out of all the tubs in the house, I had a tub that was full of my most important things, stuff I got from when I went to New York, things that were like my baby keepsakes, stuff like that, half the stuff I crocheted, which I can't show you today because I had to get tossed. It was outside, and it got rained on, and like half the tub was soaked full of water. The ones that meant the most to me I had to keep, which is like this one. This purse of Jack Skellington, which I made for myself. It's my own pattern, but you don't have to do the inside, but I did an inside too, to like make it more professional, or because, you know, even though I did tight stitches, I still wanted it to have a fabric inside. I saved that. Luckily it was on top. This is a shortcake, strawberry shortcake scarf. I don't know if you can see the little beads and sparkles. There, more, see? But this is awesome, and luckily I saved this. But I was so mad because it's like, out of all 4 of us in the house, all this stuff always happens to me. And it's like, so much stuff is getting taken away from me, like, because my son and his autism and his, what they're considering with all of his health problems, that he might be schizophrenia. He's like violent and always talking about death, and we have to take away like all the bad stuff in our life, you know, like anything negative, because he's obsessed with zombies. So like me being a gothic girl, you know, and liking witches and stuff, I was into like, you know, the dark stuff, and half my room was gone when I got rid of like my skull shirts and Jack Skellington, even because he's dead. You know, the psychiatrist said to make our life just full of kitty cats and rainbows, and because he loves kitty cats, and that will help him, you know, get through. And I know I have very little in my life that still means something to me, and he's my son and I did it for him, but it still really hurt. So then last night when I see some of the stuff that I can keep, you know, is ruined, that just made me hit bottom. I cried so much. But I'm trying to dig out here we are. Get back to the coffee cup holders. There's one. Here's another. This one was my skull one. It was another pretty one. I appliqued the skull, and I put this trim around it. Oh, I loved it so much. People ask me why I always bought so little trim, and I told them why, but they never understood unless they saw it. And this one right here is a bat. This one right here I had to save last night too. I don't know if you could see. Right here, I'll show you. See these polka dots that are like faded away? And then you could see these ones. It's because the water made them all fade out. And I washed it last night, and luckily it still smells a little weird, but I'm gonna keep it for me, so it doesn't matter how it smells, I guess. Most of this stuff is for me now. I mean, I don't have really time to sell it. This can be another great thing I can show you guys how to do. I have some applique left, and maybe I'll just, you know, make it a quick video and show you how to make this part of it, and then choose a ribbon, you know, show you how to put it together. That'd be a quick little cute video. I'm not saying I'm the best crocheter out there. There's many more that are better than me. Like one time, the reason I went to New York, I've gone twice. No, I've gone once, but been accepted twice to go to what is called the Box Museum, because they wanted to represent my crochet there, and they told me that they're gonna you know, that they loved it, they wanted to display it, they wanted to sell it and all that. And the second time that it happened, my mom took me there and surprised me with Wicked and all, and I explained what happened on my first video. But such a wonderful time. I'm so proud of myself. Thought everything was going good. And then after I see Wicked, I'm so happy. I come home, I check my Facebook, and I figure out that somebody who means so much to me just died. So I don't know if it's the way that my chemicals in my brain work because of my seizures, but it just seems that every time something good happens, something just as bad happens or worse, and that makes me remember that time as a bad time. You know, I try to remember the good, but it's really hard when you have something that bad happen along with it. This was one of the first things that I made. Little cupcake bag, little purse. I sewed, as you can see, one of the first things because it's a sewing job. How crappy that is. You know. But I put felt inside, and I still use it for like my little hooks and stuff. Zipper works and everything. Here, right here, matter of fact, is one of the things I bought from the Rezo box. Let's see. Does it say on there? It says the name of the woman who made it. I don't know if you can see. I think she's from Spain, because we were accepted from all over the world. I think she's from Spain. Enjoy, best wishes from Spain. Yes. See, from Spain. And she made these little castle dolls, and I loved them. And I said, you know, it's not just me. This is amazing crochet. This is more like with thread, which is hard to do. But this is so insane. I had to buy one. And matter of fact, I have the horse right over there, but I'm not gonna get up and show it. But this is beautiful. Look how beautiful it is. We have a long way to go. I'll tell you, long way. This right here, another video I'm going to show you how to do this something is scarves. You start with scarf. That's how you learn how to crochet. This right here is a more intricate and difficult scarf. But all I did was I just sewed or crocheted a chain that was really long. And then I did a lot of applique flowers. See? And a lot of applique leaves, and I just sewed them on there, and it made this long, beautiful, flowery scarf. It's not really a scarf because it's thin, it's just more of a, you know, accessory. Beautiful. Not me though. Now this is, I tried to make, my favorite Disney villain, because I love Disney, is Ursula. And I made myself a beanie with her little shell as to resemble, and I love it. I do not like how I look in hats, but I love the beanie and it fits, and this was for me. Even though I can't wear it, I never probably will wear it, I made it for me. I can make a lot of different beanies. My husband has asked me to make him 3 different beanies. I'm working on my 4th right now, but this is amazing. But I also wanted to make a scarf to go with it, and I went to the dollar store and I didn't find the exact colors that I want, but I found this awesome yarn that had pom-poms in it and little like frilly threads or something, and I made this. It's amazing. I mean, look at, you can see the frill, the thread, the pom-poms, and it's got that purple to it that she has, and the black. I mean, she doesn't have pink, she has red on her lips. Somebody said on her lips before to me when I explained this, but no, she has red on her lips. But it's still, you know, it kind of goes along with it. Love it. This right here, you can see, like, what the heck is this? This is a body to one of my unicorn purses. You can see the inside is open. It's like a child's little purse. I started making these. I made them for my head. I made one for a, this is the neck part of it. It's in there. But I made one for a birthday. One of my sons had a friend that invited him to a birthday in preschool. I made one for her birthday, and I sold about 3. I could show you a full picture of it if you could see it, but right there is a unicorn purse. You make the unicorn, I don't know if you can see, that's like standing up, showing you, like, you see the hole where the saddle is and the straps, and they're beautiful. They're so amazing. They're only $35. I also made diaper cakes. You can see diapers. It's like crocheted cocoon. That was a diaper. That was a one rag or something. Then I had like socks and bottle holders and pacifier connection things, and you know, awesome. I think I made 2 of those all together, but they weren't for like selling, it was for my family. Here's another purse that I made, this Cheshire cat that was for myself. But I also did, like, again, the inside pink polka dots and the zipper. Professional. I would like to show you how to make these. It came together pretty simple, but I heard somebody tell me, even though it came out of my head, that somebody has a pattern out there for it. I'm not sure. I mean, that's the thing. We all think the same. I mean, take movies for example. Every movie that's came out lately is a sequel or a remake of it, because we're running out of ideas and everything is out there so much that it's hard to come up with something that isn't yet. So even though it came from my head, somebody said that there is a pattern out there. But I'm going to take this, you know, as mine, because I haven't seen it yet. And maybe I said one video I'll show you how I make these, and then you can tell me if there is and where it is so I can find it. Probably won't be all like do everything and like the inside and stuff, but I'll just do the crochet, the outside, and the handle. This right here is a baby block. It's a little lion. Safety and everything. Little baby block. Made this for my sister, but then we don't really get along. Yeah, there. Now you can see his face was upside down before. I did a lot of granny squares. This way, I bought a book that had different granny squares because I just love to waste my time doing granny squares. I don't know why. This one's called the sun. I called it pink lemonade. Right here is one that has a cupcake on it. This one is my own pattern because I love cupcakes and I know how to do any type of cupcake. And I just put it inside a granny square. As I said, love cupcakes. Love crocheting cupcakes. This one's a baby bib. You can take it off, put it on. Can holders. See, I don't have a can, but I have a little bottle. Let's see if it will work on a little bottle. Yep, there you go. Little can holder, not a can, but like right here is the football one. I was making a football one. I was going to put the stitches on. I haven't yet. Still flat. Whoop. Popsicle holders. My kids eat popsicles, so I put them inside there. Said there's so much stuff I'm just going to go through. If there's anything you want me to show you how to make, then just put it in the comments below. This right here is a brooch or a pin to wear. It's a rose. I love making roses. Right here is one of my little figurines that what do you call it? Amigurumi figures that I make. I just make 2 balls and then I add on all the details to make what kind of animal I want. Like right here was another thing I had to save last night, my little bat. Because these wings are off and the feet are off is because I trimmed them off since they were ruined. And I'm going to redo him. He still smells a little bit, but he's my bat and it doesn't matter. Another cupcake. This is my carrot cake cupcake. I'm trying to speed through this. Right here is my Andes candy, which I love Andes candy. I'm not a chocolate person. I love the look of chocolate is so beautiful, like cakes, cupcakes, everything. I'm not a chocolate person, but when it comes to an Andes, I'll eat millions. A little frosting and chocolate chips. dark chocolate. Here's my doll again. I think I showed her, but I'm going to show her. My mermaid doll, disabled doll. And I make disabled dolls because I, growing up, was disabled. My son is disabled. And I thought that a kid could come home, you know, being picked on from school and just take their doll and cuddle and feel better. You know, they're not the only one out there. When I was in the hospital for like a 5-day study on my seizures, I crocheted myself this little witch. She's very intricate. I mean, look at those fingers, individual fingers. Haha. I love the sparkle and everything, but I tried to sell this and my mom bought it for me because she said she wanted me to keep it, and I'm glad because I love her. This is my newest thing that I make that I love so much. So much. They're my little cake slices. You can see that there's chocolate, peanut butter, or caramel, whatever you want to say, the whipped cream, and then chocolate, and it's just layered. And then outside is the fondant. It's black. Right here is the little balls of icing decorations or frosting decorations. Like the back one right here is the leaf one. I don't know if you can tell how it's, there you go. But this brand that I made for myself for my birthday is my Nightmare Before Christmas. I got 6 of them, 3 of each character, to make a full cake. Because you can see right here, Jack, Sally, they make half a cake. So when you make 6 of them, it makes a full cake. And I buy these buttons at Joann's all the time because they go great on cakes. And this is just for adults, you know, so it's not like safety. And especially this one, it's just for me. So if I crochet anymore, it's just for me. Like right here is, I don't know if there's people out there who make blue velvet. There's blue velvet and cream, and then the fondant, and then again the frostings. But this is my mermaid cake. And I made this one, which this one's not finished. This one, dolphin, and then there's like another sea creature, and you put all of them 6 together, that's a cake. I love doing this. This is amazing. I think the last couple things I'm going to show you, there's plenty more. But like say, here's more beanies. The last things, one is a jellyfish. This is not my pattern. This was popular on Facebook. Everybody showed how to make a jellyfish. I made this for my cousin who was murdered. She ordered it, and then I made it, and when I contacted her back, I got an answer from, I think it was my brother or my aunt or something, saying that they didn't know what was going on or something. I don't remember, but we got a call at night, and we figured out that her and her 2 boys were murdered by her boyfriend, and it was sad. So I keep this to remember her because it's hard. Sorry. This is the cupcake that I used for my pins, you know, makes it look like sprinkles. I've seen this done on, you know, websites and stuff, but yeah, that just makes them look like sprinkles. This right here is one that was taken to the Rezo box because we had to each that year make things that showed what country we were from. They're not baby safe because it's got, you know, but they said that it didn't have to be. Right here was another thing I made, which was a popsicle with stars. One of those, you know, Astro Pops. This was one of my favorite things I came up with that I love so much, and these are the bags. I had to toss one of them last night, which hurt so much because it was a flower pot. And I worked so hard on that flower pot because I had to make like millions of flowers to fill in for all around the bag. But right here, you make a purse, like a little bag, and you could see the gold and everything. This is a pot of gold. And you pull the string, and then it definitely looks like a pot of gold. And you can carry it around everywhere you want to go. I am Irish. I love stuff like that. And when I came up with stuff like this, I do a witch's cauldron with, you know, brew, bubbly brew and everything and stuff. I do a flower pot that when it goes like this, you can see all the flowers around, except the bottom is like a flower pot. It's not like round, but I just thought of, you know, everything you can make that would be like this. And you just pull it, goes together. If you want to see it filled, just throw in yarns. Right here is a s'more. One of my tacos. 2 eggs. I have 3 here. I only grabbed 2. See, 3. Then you close it. And it is definitely, that's not all the way full, but definitely circled like a pot. See, like here's orange wedge. This was my favorite. My son loves popcorn, so one day I tried to come up with a way to make popcorn, and I did, and I love it, and I wrote it down. Raspberries, blueberries, so much. I'm at 32 minutes right now. This is a long video, so as I said, I'm going to end this. I do a lot of crochet. I want to teach people how to crochet because it's great, and there's so many possibilities out there. So I'm going to make some more videos on how to crochet certain things, scarves, bags, or if there's anything you want to learn, post it below. Thank you.